Holly Holm got robbed in her return to the UFC. She fought Ketlen Vieira. It seems like Holly Holm's getting the hand raised. The scorecard goes out. They give it to Ketlen Vieira for the win. You look at this fight round by round. First round, Holly Holm had moments, controlled in the clinch a bit. Second round, okay, I understand you can give that one to Ketlen Vieira. If you want to give the third round to Ketlen Vieira too, that's fair. Official judges who scored it for Ketlen Vieira winning the fight scored it like this. It was Michael Bell and Derek Clearly scored it for Vieira. They had it 10-9 Vieira in rounds 2, 3, and 4. Holly Holm, I felt, was clearly winning that fourth round. Controlled in the clinch, a lot of pressure. You look overall at the strike differential, total strikes, 188 for Holly Holm, only 122 for Vieira. Most of the striking she was doing was landing punches. She landed some big shots. She landed a few harder punches than Holly landed. But overall, damage-wise, Holly Holm definitely landed more strikes. The low kicks, the side kicks to the body. Overall, every kick. Control time, 10 minutes to a minute 24 second. Besides 2 throws, I believe, Vieira was getting controlled. Holly Holm had her against the cage, was peppering with punches for long periods of time, 10 minutes and 3 seconds throughout a 25-minute fight. That's a serious amount of control time. And Holm clearly finishes the fight strong. Definitely deserved the fifth, definitely deserved the fourth, and I feel like definitely deserves the first. How do you score that fight for Ketlen Vieira? It seems like there's some real controversy going on. Vieira plus money. A lot of people banking on Holly Holm. They have her money line parlayed up. Holm by decision. The lines were juicy. The books would have been cooked after Holly Holm got a rightful win. But unfortunately, we don't get the rightful win. We get Ketlen Vieira having her hand raised. It's unfortunate overall for the division, too, because Holly Holm showed to be the better fighter, and she's 40. So now Ketlen Vieira wins a fight, controversial decision, right? Moves up the weight class. Holly Holm is 40 years of age. Does she really have another run in her? If she would have beat Ketlen Vieira, Holly Holm potentially challenges for the title next. Losing to Ketlen Vieira just dropped her stock a serious amount. Even, yes, I know it's a controversial decision. It's a robbery. I'm with you guys. It's corrupt. But it destroyed the Holly Holm momentum going forward. I don't really see a logical way they could sell me Holly Holm fighting for a title in the next one, and they're not gonna. Miesha Tate decides I want to drop to 25. Maybe if she's willing to reconsider, do we run Holly Holm, Miesha Tate too? Because that seems like a reasonable fight at this point. Ketlen Vieira doesn't seem to me top contender worthy just yet. She's really good in developing, and I think she's getting better, but still really has a hard time consistently landing those damaging strikes. I mean, I thought Holly Holm should have got the win here. It's a disappointing feat. And if you look towards MMA decisions, right, all the media scores besides 2 of them scored it for Holly Holm. The 2 that scored it against were from the score, a man named Nick Baldwin. He gave it 48-47 Vieira. MMA Fighting's Jed Mishu, 48-47 Vieira. Everywhere else, you look down all the way through, everyone has it for Holly Holm, either 49-46 or 48-47. So it should have been Holly Holm getting the clear win. The one guy with the right scorecard this card is Sal D'Amato. He scores it 48-47 in favor of Holm. That guy's always skewing decisions far left. He gives it to the right side. It's blowing my mind. Derek Clearly's way off. Michael Bell's way off. There has to be something more going on behind the scenes. We would have made a lot of money. So would a lot of people, a ton of people that place bets on this fight. It sucks. It sucks to get robbed like that. It sucks when you know you have a winner and it doesn't go your way. It's part of the fight game. But overall, what it does for Holly Holm is it eliminates the chance of us seeing Holly Holm potential title fight. The Miesha Tate rematch, I guess, is kind of there. I don't know really what else for Holly Holm. Vieira, she's not ready for a title shot. What are we going to throw her to the fucking title? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you look at all the stats, like, it's blowing my mind. Significant strikes, 96-85 favoring Holly Holm. She landed more. And now you're like, oh, but it's round by round. You look at the round by round, Holly Holm is still up for a fair amount. You look at round 5, 21-10, Holly Holm. Round 4, 37-23 for Holly Holm. There's no way you can score this against Holly Holm. This 4th round is set in stone for Holly Holm, and instead they skew it. That's a robbery. Round 3, 23-18 in favor of Vieira. You give her that round. Round 2, 10-14, favoring Holly Holm landing more strikes, but Vieira did land the one takedown. The first round, you look at and you'll say, oh, just looking at a little bit of the significant strikes, we do have to note it favors the side of Ketlen Vieira 19-6. But Holly Holm gathered 3 minutes and 36 seconds of control time. There was never a significant punch where Holly Holm was seriously wobbled. She got touched with a few shots to the head, but she was landing strikes against the cage. She was controlling there, looking for takedowns. I think you got to give it Holly Holm. It's shocking to me that they went the other way. At the end of the day, the judges are looking at it from their certain angle. We can say it's corruption, whatever. If we want to play the politically correct side, I guess you could say, I don't know the right way to put it, but if we want to just play, yeah, we'll believe whatever. Sure, the judges at the other side, maybe the shots from Ketlen Vieira, they saw more. They weren't looking at the legs. Maybe clearly didn't look that, hey, Holly Holm's throwing kicks. He's only looking at the boxing. As I will say, I was surprised to see Ketlen Vieira actually outboxing Holly Holm for a lot of this fight when they were in the punching range. But overall, from the kickboxing distance in a mixed martial arts fight, Holly Holm had the bout. It should have gone to her. It doesn't go to her. I feel sad for Holly. It's unfortunate overall for the UFC because I think Holly Holm is still a solid name. She would have not won the title. Pena, I think, beats her. Nunes knocks her out again. I feel like she struggles at that top level. Valentina Shevchenko, if she decides to move up, is going to whoop Holly Holm. But now we got Ketlen Vieira in the place. Where's Ketlen Vieira going next? I guess I got to pull up the UFC rankings because I want to give you guys a potential opponent for Ketlen Vieira. Where should she go from this one? Maybe to something big. I guess she got the win. Regardless of the truth, she got the win. Holly Holm was the number 2 fighter in the weight class right behind Amanda Nunes. She was fighting for the belt with a win. Ketlen Vieira was number 5. Holly Holm also has a win over number 3 Aldana, number 4 Pennington. Ketlen Vieira now jumps to the spot, number 2. I don't see them giving Vieira the next title shot. Do we do Raquel Pennington versus Ketlen Vieira? Is that our number 1 contender fight now? That has to be, because then it's Yana Kunitskaya at 6, who bullshit decision beat Ketlen Vieira. So I guess maybe the universe just gave her one, because I thought that no way Yana Kunitskaya deserved the decision over Ketlen a little while back. Aspen Ladd, no threat. Sarah McMahon, no threat. And you know what? Sarah McMahon's more of a threat than Aspen Ladd, so I don't want to write Sarah off yet. Miesha Tate's far from the mix at that weight class, but Holm Miesha Tate makes sense as a main event. Ketlen Vieira, Raquel Pennington somehow turns into our number 1 contender fight. The division might be held up for a while. Amanda Nunes fighting Juliana Pena. Let's say Nunes wins the rematch. Maybe they work their way into a trilogy. Now it's going to be Pennington Vieira winner. And let's say Holly Holm can grab that win over Miesha Tate. And let's say Raquel Pennington beat Ketlen Vieira. She's Holly Holm's still kind of more in the mix because I feel like they're going to want to give Holly a shot. I feel like we have to find a path to Holly Holm getting a title shot. I guess it's got to be Raquel Pennington beats Ketlen Vieira and then Holly Holm having 2 wins over Raquel, just then beating Miesha Tate, avenging that loss is maybe then granted next in line. But it's just an overall weird situation because Holly Holm won the fight and she should be the rightful number 1 contender. I want to see Holly Holm fight Juliana Pena a lot. If Nunes beats Pena, they don't do a rematch. Maybe Holly Holm's on the shelf, and then we jump in and say, okay, we'll do Juliana Pena versus Holly Holm as like a top contender fight. Ketlen Vieira, Nunes somehow becomes a main event title challenge. I can't see Vieira getting the title shot with this win. It just doesn't make sense to me. She just beat Miesha Tate and Holly Holm, but she didn't beat Holly Holm. Okay, she beat Miesha Tate, but she wasn't super impressive in beating Miesha. This whole division's wacko now. This is a weird situation to be in. It's the fight game. It's how it goes. Overall, though, the UFC Vegas 55 card hit, and it was fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Honestly, from top to bottom, we had a fun card. I'll tell you guys the record for the night. It should have been 8-3. It should have been 8-3 with the picks. Unfortunately, it turns out to be 7-4 because we lose that main one. We were undefeated on the main card up until Holly Holm gets robbed. Is what it is. Co-main event, Ponzinibbio, Pereira. Pereira looked good, fought through adversity, fought a savage Ponzinibbio who brought the heat. And Kawani sleeps to the Rorovic. Amazing win. Viana Ricci, fun-ish fight, competitive, good moments. Ricci won it. I like seeing Ricci get the W. Anders and Park go back and forth, and we see John Young Park get the W. Prelim card, Joseph Holmes destroys Allen, get him out of the UFC, Amadovsky. Jelton Almeida kills Parker Porter. He's a problem at 205. I need to see him fighting big fights. Omar Morales heroes Medic. Medic finishes him. Impressive ass win by Euros Medic. He's a fucking problem on the feet. Jonathan Martinez destroys Vince Morales for 3 rounds. Chase Hooper shows he's growing up. He ain't a little boy anymore. Outstrike Kalaris for a lot of it too. Chase Hooper got a clear win, gets the TKO, finishes off Philippe. And then starting the night, Sam Hughes beats the brakes off of Elise Reed as a dog. Overall, fun night, good fights, awesome picks. Should have been 8-3. It is what it is. That's the fight game. I enjoyed the hell out of it, guys. I hope you liked this little rant on this fight because we got robbed in this one. Is there anything we can do? Probably not. We're going to be dealing with this forever. This is the fight game, and it's going to be part of it probably for our whole lifetimes. It is what it is. Much love, my people. I hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button if you haven't. If you're new, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and share the video as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you don't have anything to say, you just enjoy the content, drop a W in the chat for your boy. Much love, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, guys.